OFPG Voices is brought to you by the following sponsors. Board&Dice designs and publishes family and strategy board games. Two of their most recent releases are Talatum and Terracotta Army. They have recently launched their ally program to lend support to underrepresented voices in the hobby. World Series of Board Gaming in Las Vegas, September 24th to the 28th. It has 16 different games to compete in, an open gaming library, and a grand prize of $25,000. So there's something for you if you're a casual gamer or a competitive one. For tickets, check out WSBGVegas.com. Use referral code OFPG23 for a $40 discount off the Stay and Play or Quadruple Ring event packages. Hi everybody, I'm Starla.
I'm Mick.
And we are
Our Fan Plays Games. Voices, yeah.
And welcome back to another episode.
Yes, a good episode.
Yes.
Excited about it.
OFPG Voices.
Yes.
And we are still focused on family games, family-friendly games, just fun you could have with your entire family.
Because it's the summer.
It's summertime.
It's summertime. Yeah, we still in it. Yeah.
Yes, and this week we have some awesome contributors
Yes,
for
we do.
you. We're going to kick everything off. We're going to be talking some games with Jazz from the Lobby of Hobbies.
Yes.
And he's going to share with us 5 games that he plays with his family.
Yes.
He thinks these are games that younger people, because he has a daughter that's 4, and adults can enjoy.
I'm excited to hear about all of them. Now, I know about a few of them, but not all.
He's got a lot of them. And then we're going to go into our Designer's Corner with Marcus Ross.
Here we go.
From Water Bear Games. And he wants to talk about using standard components in non-standard ways.
Okay, here he go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear this. All right.
And last but not least, our solo gaming queen, Alexis. She's from Alone Not Lonely. She wants to talk about 2 of her favorite family games that have a solo variant.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love her solo. Let's go. But family, first, let's hear from Starla and her Good Human segment. Here we go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another segment of Good Humans. This week, I want to talk about what it takes to be a good human when you're traveling. Yes, it is summer, and everyone is either going on vacation, visiting family, visiting friends, going to a board game convention or a Comic-Con, and when you're doing these type of things, travel can be stressful. And you're not the only one traveling or going through this type of experience. So cut yourself some slack and do the same for others. So I want to share a few tips on how to travel as a good human. Number 1, always lead with the spirit of gratitude. Many of us take traveling for granted. Not everyone can afford to travel, so appreciate the fact that you can. Number 2, be polite, respectful, and thankful. When dealing with people who assist us with our travel, such as airport employees, flight attendants, hotel staff, Uber drivers, convention staff, and volunteers, treat them the way you would want to be treated if you were in their shoes. Number 3, be patient. You don't know what someone else is going through, so just be patient. If you think someone is being curt or rude, don't be so quick to escalate the situation. Take a minute and say, okay, maybe they're having a bad day, and then put your good human face on and be a better person. Because it's probably just a minor misunderstanding, and just not accepting that this person may be going through something will cause it to blow up into something that it shouldn't blow up into. So be patient. Number 4, be on time, or really be early. Arriving on time may not be good enough, and you'll get there and get in these long lines and go, oh my God, I should have been here 30 minutes early. So if at all possible, don't strive to be just on time. Strive to be early. Adding a few minutes to your arrival time gives you that extra breathing room. So if you encounter a long line or if there's some delays, you're there, you don't have to worry about things, you don't have to feel rushed, and that'll cut down on some of your stress. And last but not least, this may seem minor, but it could be a big deal. Dress comfortably. Nothing can change your mood into something negative if you're dressed uncomfortably or if you've got on shoes that are uncomfortable. You're walking around, your feet are hurting, and so now you've got a bad attitude with other people. So make sure, especially if you're doing airport travel, put on comfortable shoes, comfortable clothes, so that your mood won't be affected by the clothing you're wearing. And that's really all I want to say about being a good human when you're traveling. And as we always say here at Our Family Plays Games, OFPG Voices, our goal is to make this world a better place, one board gamer at a time.
What's going on, everyone? This is your boy Jazz over at the Lobby of Hobbies, and here on OFPG Voices, this episode we're talking about the family weight games. This is my bread and butter here. Obviously, I have a 4-year-old daughter, so we play a lot of games as a family together, but it was difficult because a lot of the family weight games that we play together are on the children's list. They're not on that family list on BGG, but I did find some that we as a family get to play together. But also, these are games that not only little kids can enjoy, but these are games that just adults can enjoy together. And again, my daughter is 4 years old, so some of these games start at a higher, I think every single one starts at a higher age level, but we're able to, some of them have easier rule sets for her that she can play. Some of them are games that we can just kind of walk her through the rules and she's able to grasp onto. So if you're ready for this list, let's get into it. First one I was introduced to from an old YouTube channel called Tabletop from Will Wheaton. This one is called The Hare and the Tortoise. This one is a racing game where you're going to be playing cards to try and get your character around the board. It's a modular board that you actually get to build. This is a fun one, let your kid build the board and just have a fun time trying to race your character around the board. This has more characters than just that hare and the tortoise. There's a coyote, there's a sheep, there's a wolf. I think the big bad wolf. It's just a very fun game that kind of kids can enjoy, but adults can just enjoy together. I had this game in my collection before I even had kids. It just tells you about how much I enjoy it personally. All right, so there you go, The Hare and the Tortoise. Next one on the list is probably my daughter's favorite of this list, and actually we bought this game for her. This one starts at ages 6 and up, but honestly you can enjoy this with just some adults as well because it has a little bit of a complexity level, some variants that you can change to make it easier, make it more difficult, but also make it go quicker as well. This one is called Echidna Shuffle. This is a pickup and delivery game where you're going to be moving these big chunky echidna pieces around the board to collect bugs, and they're going to carry those bugs to these areas that need to deliver those bugs to. This is a fun game where you're trying to be the first to deliver all your bugs or gather and deliver all your bugs. So it has this little racing element to it as well, but very fun seeing kids trying to, think out what's going to be the best or easiest way to get bugs and deliver them as well. So definitely gets your kids thinking. So this is one that we love in our house. The next one on the list is a fun family dexterity game. My daughter seems to just destroy us in this all the time. This one has great table presence, and it's not much to it. This is called Hamster Roll. This has this big wheel that sits on the table, and you're going to be placing your pieces. Everyone gets the same number and same type of pieces that they're going to be placing out onto this actual hamster roll. Is a hamster wheel, and each piece is a different size, a different color. There's going to be some placement rules where you can't put the same colored piece out onto the same area, and you're trying to make sure that your pieces don't fall off. This actual hamster roll, is going to be moving on the table, so you're going to be actually moving it back to the center. That doesn't roll off of the table, but this is fun. It gets a lot of laughs at the table. Again, it has good table presence. It's a fun dexterity game. Next one on the list is one of my wife's favorites. This is one that might be a little bit above my daughter's age level, well, significantly above my daughter's age level, but we can get her to sit down with us and kind of help us figure out this puzzly game. This one is called Project L. This is like Tetris in a box. We're going to be trying to gather these Tetris pieces and placing them into these objective cards that are going to score you points. This one is a fun one, and we got a hold of this one late. Definitely late to the party on this one, but we love this one and we're glad that we finally got it. So this is Project L. The last one on our list is another dexterity fun game. I don't even know if you would call this a board game, but it is on BGG. This one is called Class. This one is a fun tabletop magnetic hockey style game where you're just pretty much using these magnets to try and move the different balls around to score points. Definitely love this game. Definitely have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs with this one. But one we take to like little family gatherings. But there you go. That's a list of 5 games that we enjoy in our family, not only with our children, but also with friends alike and family alike that don't even have kids. So check out these games. If not, down below in the comments. Let me know what games are you playing with your family, your friends that are in this family wait list. I'd love to check those out as well. But without further ado, I'll see you on the next one.
Hello, I'm Marcus Ross with Water Bear Games, and here's another segment for OFPG Voices. This time in the Designer's Corner, I'm highlighting unconventional uses of conventional components. I'm a fan of unique mechanisms and creativity in game design. Anytime you're doing something new and a bit different, I get excited. When you look at the components that are typically used in game designs, they tend to have a standard set of affordances. An affordance is the quality or property of an object that defines its possible uses, or makes clear how it can or should be used. Using standards is a good thing. It helps in explanation and manufacturing, but breaking them can be so much more fun. For instance, let's look at cards. Here's a deck of cards, 54 cards, 4 13-card suits, and 2 jokers. Each card is made of paper, 2.5 by 3.5 inches, and has a front with a rank and suit and a uniform decorative back. Each card conveys a single idea, is designed to be privately held in the hand and then played to the table. They can be stacked, shuffled, and dealt, and that's the way most games use cards. That's the baseline to understand and start making changes from. Let's start with the idea cards are gently played to the table and compared by rank. Let's throw that right out, literally. This game, Maximum Throwdown, relies on the card's size, shape, physical location, and opacity to determine how they score. Players literally throw their cards into a big pile, and only the visible icons trigger effects and score points. The layout of those icons on the cards is where the design work is most prominent. Opacity is another affordance we can change. Consider a game like Canvas, where the cards are made of clear plastic instead of paper. Parts of the cards can be seen through other cards. The layering effect of the pictorial elements gives players a chance to feel artistic, but they're also choosing which symbols should stay visible to score the most points. The scoring could be replicated with regular cards, but it wouldn't be nearly as intuitive or beautiful. This is the key to breaking standards. Understand why the standards exist, so the changes enhance the experience. Cards don't even need to have information on them. This game is Rhino Hero Super Battle. It has 3 sizes of relatively thick cards, all use as structural elements. The players construct floors and walls, building a structure on the table directed by the pictures on the cards. This is accomplished just by folding the cardstock material and using it to build, using something more like Legos than Uno cards. Changes to standard affordances don't even need to be dramatic to have an outsized effect. This is Letter Jam, a game played with entirely conventional cards, just with large type. The key change here is that each player can't see their own cards, and has to rely on their teammates to learn what they are. Players use the numbered chips to spell out words, attempting to give enough information to the others to guess their own letters by inference. Next, let's discuss dice. The most generic dice game I can think of is Yahtzee. It uses 5 standard dice, all white, cubes 1 through 6. You roll them, you set them aside, you organize them into sets and runs. That's the standard we work from. Blueprints uses the ability of dice to be reliably stacked as a core design element. It also uses color to treat each die as a different material that scores differently. Using both attributes together creates a rather unique experience and a wide set of choices in a very economical way. Dice Miner uses gravity as its twist. The dice are placed in a pyramid structure that players take turns drafting from. Sometimes players are allowed to pick dice from an open side instead of the top, causing any dice to slide down, changing the options for the next player. It's a clever system to restrict choices and create conflict. There's no reason dice have to be its standard shapes. Here's a game called You Blew It that uses cylindrical dice. Players roll them to claim the cards in the center by matching their numbers to the result. These could just as easily be D8s or D10s, but they made them dynamite stick shaped to further immerse players into the theme. Using affordances to reinforce the game's theme is a way to make it a more engrossing product. Not utilizing an affordance can be just as powerful. The Last Garden has 6 standard dice, but they are never ever rolled. The game's theme is the imminent end of organic life on Earth. The players are robots in service to the last remaining human, only referred to as the Queen. When players take an action, they increase or decrease the value of a chosen die by 1 pip. There's a kind of melancholic poetry to the idea that the key affordance for dice, that you roll them, has simply been lost to time, as there's no one left alive to care about the difference. Ninja Dice has a relatively unique mechanism where the physical location of dice after rolling matters to the result. Certain die faces have a baseline that targets the other dice, depending on how and where it itself landed. So this die here actually targets all the dice in the direction of its arrow. And these opponent dice have the same sort of thing going on, where if they can target any of the active player's dice, they can score points. It's a very cool mechanism and something I'm exploring in my own designs. Dice Forge is a game built around a unique affordance where players change the die faces while the game is in progress. Players buy new faces for their dice and physically pop out the old ones and click in the new ones. So each time they roll, and each time the game is played, different dice and different abilities and different ways to score points are possible. Oddly, I can generally only find 1 or 2 games that use these specific twists on standardized components, and I just know there's more that can be done. There's a lot of space to explore with mechanisms like this that take advantage of tweaking expectations a little bit. Now, when you try an unconventional mechanism like this, it's best to only change one thing and leave everything else a bit standard. Lean into the gimmick you're exploring, and don't give people too many new things to try at once. Alright, that's my advice for this week. Thanks for watching.
Your solo gaming pal Lexy here. Since we're on the topic of gateway games, I thought I would show you 2 games that I really like to get people into the hobby and to teach them about solo gaming. So the first one is Dog Park. I recently got this game from a friend and I absolutely love it. The goal of the game is to acquire and walk the most dogs to get the most points. Certain dogs will be incentivized to get and walk. I love it because it is like the gateway to the gateway wingspan. But instead of birds, it's dogs. I really like it. What I do love about the solo mode is how easy it is to operate the dummy player or the automa. You're rolling a die and they block spaces, and so it just makes it creates some resistance and some competition while you're playing, and simulates as if you're playing with a 2-player, technically a 3-player game. So that's Dog Park. The other one I wanted to tell you about is Calico. So that game is all about cats. You are trying to collect the most points by attracting the most kitties to your quilt that you are working on. Super, super cute. And so you're trying to collect these different pattern tiles and put them on your board. And once you have certain patterns and shapes that you've made with the different like textiles on the fabric, you attract more kitties to come sleep on your quilt, and also buttons, which are worth 3 points at the end. I really like the solo mode in that one because you're laying out 3 tiles, and whatever you don't choose, it just kind of refreshes so that there's constantly new tiles to choose from to place onto your quilt. And so those are the 2 easy peasy solo games that I think would be great for Gateway, or for anyone who's looking for just some really calm, chill vibes after work. Hope you guys are all staying cool, and happy summer.
All right, another great episode.
Another good one. Now, why did Lexy have to talk about one of the games that gives me heartburn? Calico.
Well, she thinks it's a nice family-friendly game.
I do like it, but you know that game just messes with my mind. It messes, but I do like Dog Park.
Yeah, Dog Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course, Marcus always has some twist with his design.
That was interesting.
He's always got something he's thinking about.
He always be dropping the mic. And Jazz, hey, been with us since the beginning.
Yes,
love Jazz. He been coming. Now, Project L, I'm still have to look at that.
I don't think
I've
played any of the games on this list.
No, I haven't played any, but that Project L, everybody loves. And I really gonna have to just try that out sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think, didn't you play Class one time?
I don't think so.
I did. It's crazy.
I played it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really fun though. It's really fun.
But of course, we want to say thank you to our awesome contributors and our wonderful sponsors.
Yes.
The World Series of Board Gaming.
Yes.
And Board&Dice.
Now the World Series of Board Gaming is coming up.
It's coming up
September.
soon.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Yeah.
And we also want to remind you that we're launching our Kickstarter campaign next week.
Yes.
So be sure to, check out our preview page, go sign up. We really and truly need your support. We want to keep this channel growing and going, and we want to get more voices out there.
Yes.
And your support on this campaign will help us do just that.
We need your family. We want to be growing OFPG Voices with more voices like Starla said. We want to do it. Now, Starla, what about our merch? I got one right here. Good Humans. Yes, what's
And
up?
I have on one. I've got our little dice people. from
Yeah,
Dice Tower.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a shirt,
Yes.
mug, pillow, cup, poster,
Yes.
check us out on Spring.
Do that. Now, the next episode, August 9th, so check it out. So, Starla, we got to get 30,000 subscribers on here to bring out some more folk to the family. So where can they find OFPG and OFPG Voices?
Well, if you're looking for Our Family Plays Games
Yes.
and OFPG Voices,
Yes.
you can find us on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
Instagram,
Yes.
Twitter,
Yeah.
and TikTok.
TikTok, TikTok. Yeah.
Right here on YouTube.
Right here. Family, thank you so much for coming out and checking out these beautiful, beautiful voices. And like I always say, support our sponsors. Please do that. Hey, and if you have any questions or comments, just put them right below. But family, there's one thing we want you to always know. We love you. Bye now.
Everybody.